Turquoise Hands, a new album from Univore. 12 original tracks. No shared concept among them, but with allusions to previous themes throughout, including independence, identity, humans' relationship to the landscape, but still with much emphasis on the abstract. Turquoise Hands.
Inspiration comes from various sources, some specifically identifiable and some lost to memory, the rest emphasizing the abstract. Inspiration for these tracks comes from various sources, some specifically identifiable and some lost to memory. Turquoise Hands, a fresh sound from Univore. Available now, available everywhere.
Listen to Univore on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, or wherever you get your music. Watch their music videos at univore.com or their YouTube channel at Univore. They're also on Instagram at Univore. That's UNIVORE.
Welcome to the Poundcast, Pound Pimples. This is DJ Doug Pound, joined by DJ Brent Weinbach. How you doing, Brent?
All right, I'm all right. How are you?
All right. I'm doing good because look what I got. I got this. Louisville vegan jerky, hot chicken, Nashville hot chicken, small batch flavor.
Wow.
And if you want to get this Louisville vegan jerky, you got to go to LVJCO. That's LVJCO.com. And if you use the code word Poundcast, you'll get 20% off your entire order. Now look, this is one of the new small batch flavors. They have small batch, they got big batch, they got Buffalo Dill, they got all the flavors that we love. You know the flavors. You know that it's gluten-free, non-GMO, soy-based, plant-based jerky.
And it's bagged in the United States.
It's bagged in the United States. It's made in Louisville, Kentucky.
Shelf life of 9 months.
Shelf life of 9 months. And you can get, like I said, you can get 20% off your entire order at lvjco.com by using the code word Poundcast. You can also get it at Whole Foods or Sprouts or any place that sells great snacks that we love called Louisville Vegan Jerky. This one's hot. The problem with this stuff is once you crack the bag and you take a bite, it's hard not to eat the whole bag. That's my only critique. That's my only problem I got with it.
That's the only reason I recommend you don't buy the stuff is that you won't be able to stop, you know? No, I'm just kidding.
So check this out. We're also brought to you today by patreon.com/Poundcast. Join our Poundcast Patreon and you will get instant access to all the Unzipped. What is Unzipped? Unzipped are extended episodes. Every episode we do, we stop at a certain time. That's free to the public. But if you want to keep on listening, we keep talking and it keeps getting even better and better.
And that's where we reveal all our dirty secrets.
And that's when we get unzipped and that's when we unzip all our secrets. Patreon.com/Poundcast. It's a great way to support us. Check that out. What else do we got on?
YouTube.com/ThePoundcast is where you can watch the show if you want.
Watch the show. You can watch us today on Zoom, looking at each other in a Zoom window. Look at my dirty little room here.
And
we're also on Instagram, The Poundcast, and TikTok, The Poundcast.
It's like this. TikTok, The Pound Goose.
Oh, yeah. In today's Unzipped, we listened to Kesha, the song TikTok. And Brent says there's no melody, or he says there's not melodic. And I say it is melodic. But, the only way for you to listen to our discussion is go to patreon.com/Poundcast. Okay, I've said enough.
I've said enough
for the intro. I've said enough. Let's get the show started.
Okay, well, guys, we do acapellas. We listen to some songs. We listen to Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the original version and the Cyndi Lauper version. What kind of? A little bit of the original version. And we also listen to Chris Isaak, Wicked Game. And anyway, you'll see what happens. We actually do have a remix this week, and it is by none other than Univore. So again, check out their new album, Turquoise Hands, and let's roll the clip.
And we are recording on the Poundcast here. The show is live. And yeah, this is we're recording it on Zoom again because there's a lot going on. We're getting Poundhouse ready. And that's a lot of work.
We're getting Poundhoused out. I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
We're getting pounded.
We're getting pounded hardcore. And so yeah, we're just gonna, we could listen to some acapellas today. Maybe we should do that. I do have plenty more annoyances to fix too, but let's start off with an acapella. Let's start off with an acapella. But I gotta say, I was having a lot of fun with those annoyances. But we haven't listened to an acapella in a while, so.
No, I mean, the last week's episode was, like I said, one of my favorites in a while.
Yeah, that was really fun. Okay. One of them that just popped to my mind before we started recording was "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" by Cyndi Lauper. And Brent informed me that this is not an original. This is a cover. It's surprising.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and the original is by someone called Robert Hazard. And it is also an 80s, it's like a new wave. Well, let's listen to a taste of it here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's a taste of the Robert Hazard one.
Yeah, and apologies if that ends up getting cut out of the episode to people if they're. But yeah, it's a different context, that song. It seems like, I think the idea was that his song was a little more kind of on the misogynistic side. Girls just want to have fun, and
let's see if his lyrics are any different than hers. And
then hers are kind of this taking it back kind of thing. It's interesting how it sounds pretty different,
Oh, I see what's going on. So maybe, from his point of view, he's like, it starts off with mom. The mom is sort of like, what are you going to do with your life? You're coming home real late. And he's saying, hey, these girls want to have fun. But maybe she's saying she wants to have fun. So maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. Now, he's blaming it on the girls, but maybe Cyndi Lauper, she's like owning it more or something, She's like, she's like, that's right. I do want to have fun. So that's why I'm out here partying. All right, let's listen to hers a little bit. I mean, hers, it's a good song.
Oh, yeah. Cyndi Lauper's great.
Hers is the better version.
In my opinion, enjoy her. I like it a lot. Yeah.
His kind of sounds like Elvis Costello or something,
It almost kind of sounds like the Munsters or something like that. His version,
Right. It's a little bit like rockabilly.
It's got that. It's got that 60s kind of Monster Mash kind of sound. You know what I mean? It's got the Monster Mash. It's got that kind of.
Got that Monster
You know,
Mash.
that kind of beat. It's got that Monster Mash kind of beat.
All right, well, let's check this out.
I come home
Well,
in the morning like my mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Oh, mama dear, we're not the fortunate ones, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
okay.
Okay, let's pause it there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
here's the lyrics. I come home in the morning light. My mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Oh, mama dear, we're not the fortunate ones, and girls, they want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have fun. What does that mean? We're not the fortunate ones.
Yeah. What? Oh, maybe because they're women or something like that, or I don't know. It's because women have a there's more of a burden on women to do certain things or something like that, and we just want to have fun. But there's all these.
No, but I think
I don't
Robert
know.
has. If Robert has it, Hazard wrote it. Maybe he's saying he's not. His generation isn't the fortunate generation. You know, maybe the World War II generation was. They had it.
Vietnam.
Well, no. If this came out, I'm just trying to think. If his came out in the '80s too. I don't know.
Oh, is she talking about not just her as a woman, but she's just saying her generation or something like that?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. I mean, and by the way, that came out in '79. His version, by the way, I think.
Oh, okay. So check this out. Robert Hazard's lyrics are different.
Hmm.
His says, the phone rings in the middle of the night. My father says, my boy, what do you want from your life? And he says, Father dear, you are the fortunate one. Girls just want to have fun. Yeah, girls just want to have fun. You know what I mean? He's saying his dad is the fortunate one because maybe when he grew up, the girls didn't want to have fun. You know what I mean?
So the guy saying it's a chore. It's a chore. Got to take these girls out all the time. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, maybe that's what he's saying. You know, like, look, when you were
But maybe it's
when you were a kid, sorry, I'm doing two
girls
things.
were easy.
No, like
Girls.
you could just you have a girlfriend and you get married and you're done. But now he's got to take them out and they want to have fun all night. It's fortunate for his dad. It's easier for his dad.
Okay, so it's not really so much misogynistic as it is just it's hard being a man, you know. You got to just wine and dine these girls, right?
I mean, who knows? Let's go back to the track.
Well,
I'll turn down the instrumental here.
The phone
Yeah.
rings in the middle of the night. My father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy, dear, you know you're still number one. But girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have, that's all they really want, is some fun.
This is a great part right here, but I'm just going to stop it for a second.
What does it mean though? We're not the fortunate ones. What does that mean though? We never figured that out.
I'm going to try to go to Genius and see what happened.
Ah,
Well, I already came up with my theory, and you're still asking. So, I mean, what do you want to do? Yeah.
well, I mean, I don't know. We can think of some other ideas here. Well, it's a feminist statement, you know, is what it is. You know, it's yeah, I mean, I think it actually has to do with, I think we're not the fortunate ones. I think it has to do with maybe she means female oppression, or something like that. And it's a feminist kind of thing. We're not the fortunate ones, so we're gonna have fun here, or something like that, right?
Okay. Another thing that Genius is suggesting is possibly in its allusion to Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival, where it's like during the Vietnam era, the fortunate son didn't have to get drafted because he had a rich dad. Something like he was like, this is like, she's more working class and she's not an entitled rich kid. So she just wants to have fun. Trying to live it up while she can.
Okay, carry on.
I'm also just say what the Genius says here about the girls just want to have fun from the Robert Hazard point of view. The girls who want to have fun are the women he's out sleeping with every night. Luckily, Lauper got permission to make some minor adjustments to the lyrics and it became a signature popular 80s hit. So yeah, he is talking about the girls he's sleeping with every night.
Mm-hmm. But he's saying it's work. He's saying it's work.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, the
He's saying
fortunate
this,
one
this,
about like, yeah, I mean, it could be.
He's saying pimping ain't easy is what he's basically saying. Pimping ain't easy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to Cyndi.
When the working day is done, oh girls, they wanna have fun. Oh girls just wanna have fun. Wanna have fun.
This video is awesome, by the way.
Wanna have.
Right.
And then those like solos and stuff in this song are so cool sounding. They're like, you can't even identify like what they sound like. You know what I mean? They're
They
like
kind of remind me of
synths or something. Weird samples.
That solo reminds me of Popcorn by Hot Butter. You know what I mean?
Here's another line here.
Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world.
Wait a second here.
It's interesting. Trophy wife. Well, they
yeah,
don't,
well, okay, here's what Robert Hazard says. Some guys take a beautiful girl, they try to hide her away from the rest of the world. All my girls have got to walk in the sun. He's
saying, you know what? Your girl's got to go with me because I'm going to be, I'm not going to keep you cooped up. Or he's basically saying walk in the sun is being with him, I guess, or something like that.
And she's saying she wants to be one of his girls. Because she says, some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I want to be the one to walk in the sun. So she wants she wants her day in the sun. You know, she wants to be in the spotlight. She wants to have her day where she wants to be with Robert. She wants to be with
Robert Hazard.
Yeah.
Basically, Robert Hazard is saying, girls, if you haven't been with me, you haven't lived yet.
Yeah.
I wanna be the one to walk in the sun. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. That's all they really want is some fun. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun.
The way she sings that, she goes, when the working day is done. There's this kind of,
it's awesome.
Kind of enunciation.
Let's listen to it again.
When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun.
She does this dance that's like, it's like her signature move. She's good.
Oh, she's great. I mean, she's great. You ever watch her in interviews and stuff?
I don't remember too much. You
She's
know,
really funny, and she's really good on interviews. She's quirky and she's really charming.
wasn't there a video with
And
like that wrestling manager in it with like the rubber bands on his face?
yeah, Captain Lou or whatever.
Captain Lou
Yeah,
Barbaro.
I think he's in the video, isn't he? In this, the girls just want to have fun video.
This must be a different video because I don't even see. I think this is a different video. She's just out dancing out on a car.
But also in the Goonies song, the Goonies are good enough or whatever. I think there's a lot of wrestlers in that too. But
Wonder what the wrestler connection is.
she was into wrestling, I think, at one point. Wrestling was getting popular in the 80s, and Andy Warhol was going to wrestling and stuff, and I don't know, these people were into wrestling then.
Yeah. I don't think it's gone away. I have friends that are still into it. It's still a huge deal.
Well, they're probably into it because of the 80s, I guess. Well, actually, I don't know. I mean, I was never into wrestling, by the way. In the 80s or anytime, I was never, it was not something that never, I don't know, intrigued me,
I used to watch it because it was on, but I thought, I mean, it was just entertaining enough to watch, but I was never like, into it. Like, I want to go see the Hulk Hogan in person or something.
Well, you know what? I would say this. I
It
became
would be
most
fun, though.
intrigued
I would
by
go.
I became most intrigued by wrestling more recently in the 2010s because I just thought, what's the big deal with wrestling? And I started looking at clips and I thought, well, this is kind of interesting, I guess, the way that they've come up with these different personas, and it's it's kind of a theatrical thing, and with characters and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Want to keep listening to this? I don't know if it's just going to keep repeating.
I think we kind of did all the lyrics there pretty much. I mean, right?
Well, let me see. There might be a few more.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
His lyrics.
So,
He's got a few different ones in here. Here's a little.
what does
line
he say?
Here's one from his song where he says, "I know your love for him is deep as the day is long. I know you'd never be the thing to do him wrong. But when I knock on the door, I'm close now. You could come. It really wasn't important because girls just want to have fun."
That's interesting. He's basically telling the girls to cheat.
Yeah. When I come
Wow,
in.
he's just a real Casanova.
Yeah. Well,
It's
look.
interesting.
Well,
look.
Let's look at a different song. I have another one here pulled up.
What about this Wicked Game, though?
I mean, if you really want to do Wicked Game, let's do it.
Well, fine. You want me to tell you what
it doesn't sound. It sounds kind of. Maybe there's not a lot of meat on the bone here to dig into, but let's check it out.
Well, I heard this story about how he started writing the song, and it made me intrigued to look at the lyrics, but I didn't look at the lyrics yet because I wanted to save it for the show. But it made me kind of wonder how the lyrics might relate to what I heard him say about the writing of the song.
Okay, let's listen. Here we go. There's a lot of dead space.
Right, there's a lot of...
I'm already scanning forward.
The world was on fire and no one could save me but you.
Just pause right there.
Strange world was on make foolish people.
Okay, the world was on fire and no one could save me but you. I mean, okay. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. Okay. The world was on fire and no one could say, okay. Let me just say this.
I guess maybe he fell in love with a fireman, but it was a, Firewoman.
And he thought that was kind of a foolish thing of him to fall in love with the fireman because
Yeah, and then it says it's
Yeah,
strange what
because-
desire will make foolish people do. So he's like, it is strange and it's foolish for me to fall in love with this fireman, but
because
that's what
their hours are
that's what
weird.
that's what desire will do.
Well, it's because the hours of the fireman are not so compatible with him. You know what I mean? He's
He's a morning
songster
person.
and
Yeah, this guy's up all night, at the firehouse.
or no, they're opposite. They're sleeping all the time. He's up late. Somebody going to answer that? No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
And
It's like perhaps it's a bareback mountain kind of thing. Brokeback mountain.
bareback, bareback mountain. What's interesting to me about this song and everything is I was watching these interviews with Chris Isaak, and I said this last episode. He seems like a cool guy here, he's just the way he is. He's just, the world was on fire, no one could save me but
He's a real
you.
crooner.
He's the crooner kind of cool guy kind of style, right? 50s throwback. But he's really such a different guy in the interviews. He's so he just seems like a cool kind of nice guy, down to earth kind of guy, not too cool or anything. He's not too cool. He seems cool, not too cool. But anyway, the world was on fire, no one could save me but you. All right, so
that was.
you want me to tell you?
That didn't sound like him.
No, I know. I was that was I don't know.
Were you doing like a world was on fire? It's almost sounded like a. I don't want to say any. It almost sounded like a rabbi or something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Elvis.
You're like, the world was on. Like, just do that again.
The world was on fire, no one could save me but you.
Yeah, it sounded like a rabbi or had like a kind of an accent.
The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. Sunrise, sunset, I never dreamed
listening.
that I'd meet. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you.
Okay, pause it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what he said about this song? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to me match up with the lyrics. He said that this one night it was 3 a.m. or something like that, and this girl called him, and she said that, and she said, "Hey, I'm coming over," and he said, and he didn't think that was a good idea, but he agreed to it. He said, "All right," anyway, and supposedly he started writing the song as she was coming, during the time that she was coming over or on her way over there. And basically he was just saying it's somebody he shouldn't have been messing around with. And she was saying she's coming over, and he went along with it, but even though he shouldn't, or something like that. So I'm just trying to figure out how that has to do with this song, these lyrics. Cause to me, this just sounds like a love song. It sounds like somebody, the world was on fire. No one could save me but you. Okay, aside from this fireman thing, I'm just trying to understand what that means. There's chaos in the world.
No, I think what's going on was like the world was on fire. That means this dude is horny. Okay.
Okay.
He's feeling horny. She just wants to like have a booty call, right?
What do you mean she's horny too?
Yeah, but then maybe he's starting to fall for her because he's like, okay, this is just a booty call. Now he's like, now I don't want to fall in love. You know what I mean?
So that's why she shouldn't come over, is because he's going to fall for her or she's going to fall for him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's one or two or both of the things. Is you shouldn't come over just because you're horny, or you shouldn't come over just because I'm horny. Because one of us is going to fall for the other one and they're going to get hurt. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Well, he's also saying he'd never dreamed he'd lose somebody like you.
All right. Okay. So
they're
maybe
both playing. I think they're both playing this wicked game. This
well,
makes a
or
lot of
maybe
sense.
she's horny.
This makes
Maybe
a lot of
she's
sense.
horny. Maybe they're both horny. Okay, but she's in it for just the horn, and then he's in it for more than horn. He thinks he's gonna fall in love with her, so that's why he shouldn't mess around with it, and he shouldn't listen to his horniness. He should listen to his head. I mean, his brain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's what's going on. Oh, interesting. The first chorus, he says, "I don't want to fall in love with you." And then the second time he's like, then he says, "I want to fall in love." So he's flipped halfway through the song. At first he's like resisting. No, I don't want to fall in love. Now he's like, second time it comes around, he's down with it.
When does he say I want to fall in love? When does he say that?
I'm looking at the lyrics.
Oh, I am too. I didn't see that.
Let's listen.
Okay.
He's saying real quick. Right. And then the background vocals say, "The world is only gonna break your heart."
Right.
So he says, no, he says, "I don't want to fall in love right now." Listen. He slips it in. Listen.
No, I don't wanna fall in love with you.
You can hear him kind of say it, right? I mean, that's what the lyrics say.
He said, "I don't want to fall in love."
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
His background vocals are just like,
they go,
like half awake in the studio. They're like, it's like they're washing the dishes, just sort of like half singing a song. You know what I mean? Hey, let's listen to that.
Oh, wait. One thought real quick. This world is only going to break your heart, meaning that world on fire, meaning the world of horniness is only going to break.
What a wicked game to play.
Here's where he starts to get sexy about it.
Okay, but wait, real quick. He's saying that horniness is going to break his heart, but go on.
I think we discussed, we figured it out. He's horny, but then now he's falling in love. That's the heartbreak part.
I think that's the ironic thing or something.
That's he doesn't want to fall in love because it's going to break his heart. It's not going to work out.
But also, and it's all because of horniness that started it. Okay, go on.
Look, all guys go through this, Brent. Maybe not you.
Really? They go through that?
A lot of guys make decisions based on being horny.
Oh, but then it bites them in the butt in the end because
it's going to break. One of the two people are going to be upset. They're going to break their heart.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen for somebody that you want, that it started with horniness and then you ended up actually falling for them?
Well, I had a girlfriend that I just kind of met, through friends, and I yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, so it started out, you thought it was just, okay, interesting. It was motivated by horniness at first, and then you ended up becoming, you fell in love with them or something like that.
Yeah. It can happen.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, yeah.
But I think, that was a case of it working out kind of like in a positive way,
Yeah,
the next day we were like,
what a wicked game to play.
to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you.
Pause.
What a wicked...
How did she
So
let
this is
him
interesting.
dream of her?
It's interesting that he's kind of blaming it on her in a way, because he's basically saying, you're kind of making me, you're teasing me, you're making me, you're pushing me to he's kind of putting it on her, which is kind of interesting.
Well, he said this is a wicked game we play. But then
He
he
said
does
you
say
play.
then he does start blaming her.
No, he said this, what a wicked game you play.
No, he says
To make
this
me
is a
feel this
wicked
way.
game we play.
Oh, what I'm reading is, let's hear it again. I thought he said, what a wicked game you play to make me feel this way.
What a wicked game to play,
You play, he said.
to make me feel...
Well, on Genius it says we. If you listen to
There-
it, it could say we. Listen.
Well, on Google,
What a wicked game to play.
yeah, he says you play.
It could kind of go either way.
Well, I kind of hear that, I guess, yeah. But I think it's
Look,
you play,
I don't know.
because he said,
I don't know. I'm just saying. But I hope it is we, because it is two people playing kind of a game, It is two
Well, I
takes
think
two
the
to
idea
tango
is-
kind of thing.
I
but
think
I-
she's toying with him.
I don't like it to be him blaming someone else. I think it's more interesting if it's this game that we are playing.
I think I think the idea is that she's taking advantage. Actually, it's interesting. I think this usually we hear about this being the other way around, where it's the guy kind of taking advantage of a girl in a certain way, where she thinks that, she's going to fall for the guy, and he's kind of just getting her hopes up. But I think it's flipped in this, where I think he's trying to avoid this girl because, he's going to fall for her, but she's just in it for, she just wants the booty, she just wants to make whoopee. And yeah, it's toying with his heart. I think that's what he's saying. He's saying he wants her to stay away, but she's able to get him because, well, he's weak to her,
Well, I mean, yeah, it's usually a Robert Hazard kind of situation, right?
Yeah, but I think it's the other way. It's not. It's different.
The
It's
other way.
more Roberta Hazard on this one. I'm hearing you, because the rest of the lyrics seem to imply you as well. What a wicked game. If it was what a wicked game you play to make me feel this way, why would he say what a wicked game we play to make me feel this way? That's weird, but kind of to me. And then what a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. I mean, it seems like it's directed at you. I think what a wicked game you play, I think, makes more sense. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream. I don't know. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, let's carry on.
To make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love.
So here he says, "I want to fall in love," and there's no
No,
debate.
there is a don't. There is a don't in there. He said it very subtly. He said, "Oh, I don't want to fall."
No,
in love."
not
Listen
in
again.
the earlier one. In this one, there's no don't.
No, there is a don't. Listen.
I heard no don't.
I don't wanna fall in love.
No don't. He goes
I
straight
think
from
he kind
I
of-
to want.
I
No
think
don't.
he kind of slurred it in a way. Oh, I don't want to fall in love.
No, the earlier one there was a little syllable of something. This one is straight. I want to fall in love. That's what I hear.
I don't.
But he says it a few
I
more
don't
times.
know.
Let's listen to
You
it.
and I wanna fall in love.
No, there's not.
He said, I think he said don't in there.
No, I don't wanna fall in love with you.
I don't hear it this time at all. But he also
I'm
says,
kinda
no, I
hearing
want
it.
to fall in love. So
He says it again later, so I don't know. Maybe. I mean, let's see if maybe he says it there later. You know. But also, by the way, I think the sentiment is the same whether he says I don't want to fall in love or I want to fall in love. I mean, I think the idea is,
I
you know,
like
it's
you. I never dream, I don't wanna fall.
he said
No,
don't that time.
I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you.
well, I guess that's for the listener to decide.
There's one last
To me,
lyric
it sounds
at the
like
very end.
at first he's resisting. I don't. And to me, it's more interesting if at first he's like, I don't. And then by the end, he's like, he's giving in. He wants to.
I mean, I want to. You know, what would be great is if the lyrics were printed on the. You know, can we get a copy of the album? You know what I mean? Like, where's the album? Let me see the album art. You know what I mean? Can I get that?
Let's see. Chris Isaak.
If it's written somewhere, I want to see what the official thing is. I want the album art.
Okay, Wicked Game. It's in the Dorian scale. Wikipedia.
I mean,
I don't see any lyrics here.
you know, they have the lyrics printed on the
Heart-shaped
album.
world. Heart-shaped world. Let's see. Let's see if I can find an image, a scan of the, what is it? What would that be called? Liner notes?
I was thinking liner notes, but I don't know if that's exactly it or what. But I want to see. I want to know.
Man, there's just like
Or-
there's just not a, it's weird. If you Google that, there's just not a lot going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is really something that I think is a debate here. You know.
Yeah, we want to get to the bottom of this.
I mean, the only way we can really know is if there's lyrics
Like,
printed out on the album.
is Genius lyrics more reliable than, you know, A to Z lyrics or whatever? You know what I mean?
I don't know. You know, I mean, to me, I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. I just you know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because then we could really know. Let me just try the Wicked Game official lyrics. How about that? Do they have that somewhere? And where can I see that, please?
Maybe we could, you know, look up an interview with him. I mean, we're not going to spend all day looking for this, but
Yeah. Or does anybody have this album? Oh,
okay,
maybe on
song.
eBay.
Well, I'm seeing song lyrics design, song lyric designs. There's a website where you can have the lyrics printed out on a piece of art.
Okay.
Yeah, this one
I
starts
bet-
off with him saying "don't," and then he keeps saying "don't."
Yeah, that's
but
that's
this
what it
looks-
said on Google.
Well, this looks like it's just copying it from the, you know, it just seems like an AI is just
Right.
I don't know what the hell.
I think the only way we can really know what's up is if we can find scans of all the albums kind of insides, which I'm looking on eBay right now for the album or whatever, or something that's kind of has everything scanned,
Yeah, Discogs. Let's go to Discogs.
Yeah, does Discogs have it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I almost had it.
you almost had it.
Well, I mean is I found. Oh wait. Oh, I got it. I got it.
You got the scan?
Yes.
Share
I
the
got the
screen.
scan, baby.
Share the screen.
I
Let's
got
look
the
at it.
scan. All right, hold on. I got the scan. Here, hold on 1 second here.
I did not think we would spend this much time on this Chris Isaak.
I mean, I love that I found it, though. I just say that much. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to find out what the real truth is here. Okay, hold on. Oh, boy, Alberto. Here we go. All right. Hold on a second.
I'm
here.
sharing. I'm going to stop sharing. You can share.
No, you don't need to. I can do. Okay. So here we go. Here's this. This is on eBay. This is this thing, and then booyah right here. This is the lyrics. The world was on fire. No one could save me from it. Look, I never. No, I don't want to fall in love with you. No, I don't want to. It's all I don't.
Okay.
It's all I don't. So there it is. Confirmed. And look at this. Oh, it's not even. Wait. Oh, it's not even what a wicked game you play or we play. It's to play. What a wicked game to play, not you or we.
Okay. We're both wrong.
That's something. Well, I was just going off of Google.
I have notes for him. I think it would be more interesting if he went, if he gave in by the end.
But by the way, I will say this. Sometimes the lyrics that are printed on these things are not what they sing too. That happens sometimes. You know what I mean?
Chris Isaak didn't like double check he didn't.
Well, sometimes they just
check.
In the moment.
Right.
In the moment, they just sort of sing a different lyric, And I've seen that when I'm following along with lyrics, official lyrics that are printed, I'll follow along with the recording and then I'll hear it and then I think, oh, they kind of changed it up a little bit or whatever. So he could have even said, what a wicked game you play. He could have said that,
Okay.
But.
All right.
But I don't know. I mean,
but
so
I
look,
do.
I'll say this.
I still maintain that he doesn't. I don't hear it as much in the second time with the don't. Singing.
Well, I think he's kind of slurring it. I think he's going, oh, I don't want to fall in love.
Yeah, like obviously he is, but yeah, it was a little more pronounced in the first chunk, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, he's changing it up, But I mean, look, here I will give you this voice. Though.
When that song was out, when that song was out, I liked it. I was kind of mesmerized by it. I thought it was cool. It wasn't really my thing. I'm not going to go buy that. But I remember when that was out, kind of having this sort of like, I don't know. I thought this was
this sexual awakening.
It's not for me, but I'm having a sexual awakening right now.
This isn't really my style, but I kind of have a boner right now. I don't know what it means. But the music video for it is funny because he looks like this cool guy. He's got his hands in his pockets and he's in his pants and he's wearing this kind of this tank top kind of thing. And it's just interesting because he's really a much nicer guy than the way he looks in the video.
You know how they call that a wife beater?
Yeah.
What if there was like other shirt names that made people be more positive? Like, how about?
Oh, I think.
Well, how about like a sport coat is like a white feeder? He's out there bringing a breadwinner. White feeder.
Well, I thought you were going to go in a darker direction, which was I thought you were going to say, what if there were other shirts that were also other kind of negative things? Like there's a shirt that you can wear called the child abuser. And maybe it's you know, I don't know. I, I don't know what you would call it, what that would be exactly. What would be the child abuser?
That would just be like,
Maybe it's a
maybe that's a
button-up
belt.
shirt.
It's
Yeah.
a type of belt. It's just a thick leather belt. That's the child abuser.
Oh
I'm wearing
yeah,
my
yeah.
child
He's got
abuser with my wife
with
beater,
my
my
wife
child
beater
abuser,
and my what else?
my curb stomping boots. I have
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then what about how can you treat old people poorly, you know? Neglect, or maybe my elderly neglect. I got my
elderly abuse.
I got my elderly my elderly neglector, you know, and it's some sort
Right.
of there's sunglasses or something, I don't know. Yeah.
Sunglasses. They have to kind of make sense though.
Well, how does the wife beater make sense for the why is it called a wife beater? It's such a weird name. I don't even like to use that name, you know? It sounds so
Well, I don't say
negative.
that. I just think
You know why?
it's funny. Well, it's
It
because
must be
I guess guys maybe in New York City or something that would be associated with like being a bad husband, they'd be dressing like that, you know? They're kind of like tough guys with you know, a white tank top that's just like a working class kind of shirt. I don't know.
I thought it was this. Maybe they need if they're doing a lot of beating, you know, with their arms and their hands, they need to have their arms free. You know, they need to be freer with their arms so they can do the beating can come easier for them. Maybe something like that.
I got it. Brent, I looked it up here.
Oh, would you look it up on Genius?
The term wife beater reportedly became synonymous for an undershirt after a 1947 criminal case where a Detroit man was arrested for beating his wife to death, and newspapers printed a photo of the wife beater wearing a stained undershirt, of the man wearing a stained undershirt. So that's an undershirt.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's from a Detroit newspaper.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to call that a wife beater. What it's just so inappropriate sounding in a way.
Hey man,
you know?
that was the 40s, dude. Okay.
No, but people still call it a wife beater now. You know, that's weird. Just call it a tank
I don't
top.
really hear
Isn't it?
You don't really hear that a lot.
I hear it all the time. In fact, I even kind of almost feel like they're advertised that way. Oh yeah, you have wife beaters for sale here. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, why is it called a tank top? Who knows?
That's true.
Oh, it's named. That's because it goes back to a swimming suit kind of thing.
Oh, it being in a swimming tank.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, I remember it being called. I remember that it used to be called a Dago tee, and that's like an ethnic slur. Have you ever heard of being
Dago?
Dago? I think that means like
What's that for?
Italian.
Is it Italian? Italian,
man
yeah.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, a Dago tea, huh? Okay.
Never heard that slur actually used towards anyone, but
Wasn't there one more lyric on Wicked Game at the end when it says nobody loves no one? Or something like that?
let's listen. Doesn't he say it at the end here?
Nobody loves no one.
Oh yeah, at the very end when the song ends.
Yeah. Oh, you're not sharing yourself anymore.
Oh, okay. Let me share. Sharing in progress. Computer audio. Let's go. This last note, he just says no. I want to sample that. That's good.
Wait, that's pretty good actually.
No.
Wait a second. Go back. Is he really holding that, or did they loop it? Because listen to that. It sounds almost looped. Listen.
Well, I think they reverb it out.
No, but it sounded like they also looped it.
Well, listen.
No.
It's still going.
Nobody loves no one.
What a dark way to end it.
What does that mean? Nobody loves no one.
Well, that's a double negative. So he's saying there's nobody that loves no one. But
Oh,
the way he
okay.
sings
So
it
he's
almost
saying
the way he sings it almost sounds kind of dark or something. Melancholy.
he's saying I guess he's saying everybody is. I guess what he's saying is that everybody's prone to falling in love, and so you're not invincible. You know, you think you're invincible. You think you can play with my heart. Well, someone's going to play with yours. That's the wicked game, is playing with people's hearts. And if you're playing with someone's heart, someone's going to play with yours at one point. So you'd better watch out. I think that's what it means.
There's an interesting, the genius, look, everything genius says is, I don't take as the final thought,
You are Genius's spokesperson, it seems,
No, I like to just see what that says. It's not that I'm going to,
You love Genius.
not like I'm going to go with exactly what they're saying, but it's
You
kind of
love
funny. They
Genius.
said kind of what I said. The speaker's moving to and fro romantic commitment ultimately becomes epitomized in this final line, simultaneously expressing negative concord equal nobody loves anyone, as well as affirmation via double negative that everybody does love someone. It is the equal validity of either interpretation introduced through the contradictions leading up to this point that shows how much can be said with a handful of words. Musically, this melancholy anticlimax is executed so that Isaac's voice becomes as isolated as the sentiment it wields, leaving a lasting and condensed impression of the song's theme. That's a pretty well written little summary of that last line.
I mean, it's a bit verbose, but yeah.
No, it's not that verbose. It's 3 sentences. I just read it slow. I think that's pretty cool.
Look, Chris Isaak, he's an interesting guy. He's also, he jokes around a lot. He's a very silly guy. Self-deprecating as well.
Wonderful. Well, I think maybe
Let's get him on the show.
Since we got a lot to do today, maybe we should wrap this one up.
All right. Let's get him on the show.
Let's get him on the show. I'm down. I'm gonna rewatch that video. Is he on a beach with Kate Moss rolling around? He's with like a model.
It's not. It's yeah, her name is something else. I forgot. It's what's her name? I'll look it up here.
Wicked Game video.
It's Helena Christensen. That's it, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Danish. She was como se dice Danish. Yeah.
All right, look, let's wrap this one up. We got Poundhouse to attend to. But you know what? We're not really done. We're gonna keep talking. I got some more acapellas we could listen to. I got Kesha. I got Sum 41. And we might listen to those, but we're gonna keep talking. And the only way the only way to keep listening to us is by joining our Patreon, patreon.com/Poundcast. And that's how we do it, straight like that. And we would like to thank Jack Birch, sweetjack.com on Instagram, if you want to follow him there. Daniel Avila, he helps us out with TikTok. And guess what? That's the Kesha song I have pulled up. TikTok by Kesha. And I guess that's about it. Anything else, Brent?
No, I hope it all comes together, this Poundhouse shoot, and I hope that everyone likes what they end up the final product. Well,
You know
more
what?
on that later.
Something's going to come together. It always does. And it's a lot of work and a lot of moving parts, a lot of things to worry about. But that's not my attitude. My attitude is we're going to nail it. Okay, bye, everybody.